Hello all, this is Barbara Mann from Your Empowered You, and welcome to our video on the importance of providing superior internal customer service. So most of us think of customer service as something between an external customer, such as someone who works at McDonald's or anybody who's providing some sort of service. But I would challenge that we all actually work in the customer service industry because we work with coworkers, which has a customer service element. So this video focuses on providing superior internal customer service. So we're going to cover what do I really mean by internal customer service, why it's important to your career and really just to your overall work environment. And we're going to talk about what does it actually look like when you really have a thriving, great internal customer service environment. So what do I actually mean by internal customer service? Again, this is about how we treat our fellow coworkers within our company. So it is customer service within the company. How we treat our coworkers, how the management treats our employees, how the employees treat their manager. So it's basically how are we servicing and helping our fellow employees. So it's the same principles actually that you apply to external customer service. Really, that is the sort of common customer service element that we're more familiar with. But I'm talking about how we treat those coworkers. So this is really, really important to understand why it's so critical. So these kinds of environments foster very collaborative, respectful environments where service to each other is a top priority. So employees are there to help one another. They're all problem solving together. There's a lot of mutual respect and trust between, again, leadership, employees, fellow coworkers, and providing solid internal customer service is great for any type of career movements, career pathing. And these kinds of great sort of environments, they're really led by the top leadership down. So regardless if you're the CEO, you're a director, you're a regional manager, you're a supervisor, you're an individual contributor, they all basically really have they stress that serving others is important. So an example might be, does your leader or your manager, do they often approach you and say, how can I help you? That's a service question. I used to have that all the time when people come into my office. How can I help you? Because I was here to serve them. You know, that is my job. That was everybody's job, is to service one another. So that's what I mean by superior internal customer service. So let's talk about what it doesn't look like, because I think that this will resonate with many of us out there, because I'm sure we've been in these types of environments when you have poor internal customer service. So what these environments look like is that there's a lot of silos going on. So each department's they're not talking to one another. They're kind of running on their own. There's really no communication going on. There's some gossip, perhaps, they're kind of that negative energy. They tend to be a little bit dishonest, where it is looking out for yourself first versus looking out for your team. These kinds of environments, sometimes they withhold information, they're not telling you the whole story. Sometimes they're disrespectful. They often pass blame, really not listening to others, whether it's your coworkers or whether to the management, or management is not listening to their employees. Again, they think of themselves first versus the good of the team, and they're very disengaged. So I'm sure that this resonates with some of us out there, but really the bottom line, that is just bad internal customer service. So if you think about that, if you treated an outside customer like that, it wouldn't be a good experience for that customer, right? For that external customer. Well, the same principle goes with internal service to your fellow employees. So let's talk about really what it does look like. So these kinds of positive environments with great internal service, there's a lot of engagement going on. There's a lot of sharing of knowledge. So if one of your coworkers has some sort of trick of the trade or something they found out, they tend to share it with the teams or other departments. So there's a ton of learning going on, a lot of listening, active listening, a lot of participation. It's very respectful. The communication is open and honest. It's transparent. Again, it's focusing on how can I help? How can I serve? How can I help my fellow coworkers, my team, my department? It's very proactive. So if you see something that maybe a fellow coworker might be doing that may lead to a poor result, you help to avoid that and help to be proactive to eliminate whatever bad path they're going down or unsuccessful path. There's a lot of accountability when you have a great internal service environment. So everybody's accountable to, kind of being in control of, say, their own results, their own destiny. So there's a lot of accountability going on. But again, it's very collaborative and it's about the team success versus the individual success. Obviously, individual success is important, but it's really about, how is my team, how are we all doing as a team? So it's much more team oriented. So how can this really help you? Well, as a hiring manager, which again, I've hired many, many people, if you are interviewing a candidate who exudes great internal customer service, people want that on their team, hands down. They want those great internal service people who, again, will help out their team, help out their departments. They love that. That is a great, great trait. More importantly for yourself, you tend to enjoy your job, your team, and your company more, because if the motto is providing superior internal service, you're going to love that kind of environment. They're just very positive and very refreshing and just very successful for you and everybody else. And when you feel like you have that sort of contribution, like your voice is being heard, you just feel like, okay, I'm making a difference. I have my voice is heard, I'm making a difference. It's just much more positive environment. And usually these types of environments where its service is so focused on the internal, how you treat your coworkers and that sort of mutual respect with everybody in the company, regardless of title, that translates to superior external service. So the outside customer, they definitely will have a great customer service experience because service internally is it's so cultural that will always translate to external service. So I hope that you have enjoyed our short video on the importance of providing great internal service. And it really is important because some people excel on great internal service and some people have an opportunity. So what I would have you guys think about is how is your internal service? How would you rate yourself? If you had a rating from 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself? How would you rate your team? How would you rate your company? And what can you do if there are opportunities? What can you do to help foster that superior internal service environment? So thank you for attending our webinar. I appreciate it. And for additional resources or to schedule a session with me to talk about whatever you want to talk about for the workplace issues, please visit my website at www.yourimpoweredyou.com. Feel free to email me directly at bman@yourimpoweredyou.com or give me a buzz at 916-633-2555. And I thank you very much and have a very empowered day.